Hey guys, welcome back to Road to Vostok. So we are 7 days from the final day. Thought we'd do this live so we can all see what happens at the same time. Now I've got a whole bunch of stuff here that I've just don't really use, just kind of hoarding it for no reason. So I've kind of worked out that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's good to have, but if there's only 50 days to use it in, there's really no point in just hoarding it all. You may as well just start using all the good stuff, you know? We have managed to keep the cat alive, which is great. We will give him some food before we head out. We're going to go back into the apartments. Now, if the game does reset on day 50, I figured we would do like a beginner guide from day 1 to day 50 in sort of like an episode format. So anyway, we'll get into it. For those that are new, I'll just show you what I have actually accumulated in my travels here. I've managed to find a few of these VSDs. The NVGs, these were the big find for us. These KM18s, they're everywhere. M4s, Car 21s. This is probably my favorite, the Car 21, the 308. Absolutely love using this weapon. Unfortunately, the ammo is really hard to find for it. Even the trader, gunsmith, doesn't get a lot of it. So we're going to head to the gunsmith now. We are going to attempt to get more of it and hopefully use my favorite weapon before day 50. I'll just put that away in there. I can't see a live chat, so I won't be able to respond to anyone. I've only got one monitor, unfortunately. Anyway, let's get to it. I still haven't managed to get the Punisher mission. He's actually shown up 3 times, but each time he doesn't stop. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. I get in front of the van, I shoot at it. I must have used over 100 rounds at one point and just couldn't get him to stop. No idea what to do. Anyway, let's go do some trading and then we'll head out into the apartments. I actually want a silencer for that. I've got a silencer for this VSD. I don't know why I haven't put it on. There we go. So the VSD does have 2 different scopes. You can use the PSO, or whatever it is, PSU that comes with it. I find that the hammer has the best view range, or the field of view. The ACOG has a very small, like, I don't know why it's so small in the ACOG, but it's quite small. It has the same zoom distance as the hammer, but the field of view inside of it is quite small, so I really don't like using it. And it seems to block off a lot of the target at longer distances. There is one thing else I really want to try. If the BTR spawns, I want to throw a few grenades at it. See if that actually does anything to it. If I die, I die. No big deal. We'll start again. We'll get to day 50. Now, in terms of tasks, I have finished about 24. I am going to hand in these NVGs, actually, because they don't last very long. I think we tested them out when I first got them, and it used 10% or 11% within the first minute of using them. Yeah, you don't really get a lot of use with them, and honestly, they're not that great. terms of night vision stuff. No ammo again, but these crates are good. I tend to trade for them. I don't really like that side. I've got a good one of these, so I don't need that. No, there's nothing else I want here.
Pannaanko lahjapaperiin vai meneekö sellaisena? Jaahas! Kaikkien ruosteisten piippujen sankari on palannut.
Yeah, that's the good stuff. I wouldn't mind if he sold the 19 by 9 by 19 as well. So we could use the P3, P4, whatever it is. But he never seems to sell that and I can't find any. Kind of annoying, to be honest. I had these because I was going to trade them for something.
Täällä ei sitten mitkään kuulapyssy ampuu sit notku.
Yeah, P3. 9 by 19. I can't get any of that ammo. I think I've got a little bit of it. Really hard to find for some reason. Just like the 9 by 39. I've only got 5 rounds of that, so we can't seem to finish that task. This one, 9 by 39. I've managed to find 5 rounds in dozens of apartment runs. 5 whole rounds. So I am going to hand this in, actually.
Muista pitää sit piippu puhtaana.
I am going to hand
Se
that
on
in.
kato vähän kuin happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, eh? And we'll put this thing up in the tent.
Loistava suoritus. Noilla herrepyssyillä kyllä kuume.
Let's go stick this thing up in the tent. See what it looks like. The reason I want to hand him in is because I want to get as many tasks completed before day 50 as possible. Just to see if it does anything. I don't know, this will be the first time I get to day 50. I've finished all of the school tasks. Those are all done. I can't finish all mates tasks in the first zone because for the life of me I cannot find an oil filter. Just can't get one. I don't know where they spawn. I've searched every possible location again and again. Cars, bags, boxes, you name it, I've searched it, can't find one. So I've given up trying. Just go to the apartments and go through everything there. To be honest, if it doesn't spawn at the apartments, it probably won't spawn. You know, someone correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like. Here we go. Where are we going to put it? Going to fit? Going to fit somewhere? Oh, this thing's massive. I think we can fit you. We might have to go into the school. Fit you in the school. No, can't fit you. Oh well. Well, let's go to the school. Fit in the school. So for anyone wondering, you actually don't get any negative effects if you just sprint the whole time. Legitimately, there is no downside to just sprinting non-stop. Let's pause for a sec. Alright, I'm back. So this is actually one of my favorite rifles to use because of the high damage output. Not a big fan of that, like, jittery jumping movement at long distance. Really hard to hit those targets far away. You can never tell what height these bandits are at. Really hard to tell. I'm going to have to change that. That's better. Kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't, because when you're zoomed in with the hammer, like, it jumps so fast, you basically have to make tiny, tiny little adjustments. And then when you're with this, you don't get enough movement. Alright, let's stick it up here, shall we? Well, there we go. Alright. Cool. I don't know if it was worth it. We'll find out. Just put all these down. Just been buying random junk from him, I guess. This thing's always in the way. I found this coffee maker. Another legendary item. Really wish I could unlock that bunker, because I hear it has a lot of space. Really want to try this thing out too, actually. Yeah, put the weapons up on it. There we go. I wonder, can we... It's a weapon display rack, but how do we... What? Where'd it go? Is it backwards? He's backwards. Must be. Because my rifle's gone. Oh yeah, it was backwards. Alright, well. We'll we'll turn that around. Alright, let's try that again. There it is. Oh. How do we... Oh, there we go. Ah. Alright, let's give that a go. So... There we go. Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah. I wonder how many we can get on there. So if you like... Oh, you can stick him anywhere. You just stick him on there. It's like a sticky wall. Nice. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's get rid of this. Actually, he might have something useful for us, so we'll go trade him. We're going to go to village for a minute. Really hope the Punisher just turns up. gives me his hat. That's all I want. His hat. Give me his hat. I'll be happy. Nope. I see a lot of this gum now. There's really nothing I want here, man. Grab another one of those, I guess. It's a bit much.
Särkylääkettä vai jotain vahvempaa?
Karavaani kulkee ja koira.
Yeah, close enough.
Kiitoksia.
Man, you're selling some rubbish these days, my guy. So, as you can see, we finished all of the doctor's tasks.
Mitä saatana?
He's done. A harmonica we found at the terminal.
Turhaa valitusta.
Lucky
Kotihoidolla
find.
olisi lähtenyt.
Anyway, we'll what the? What? Can't open the door like that anymore. I swear I heard one just out here. No, nothing down there. Alright. Another little tip that I use myself is you don't actually need to sleep at the moment. Like nothing happens if you don't sleep. You just keep eating. Keep using those cigars and smokes. Keep your mental state up. And nothing happens. You can literally just play on. Unless you're looking to skip time. Which at the moment, if the whole game ends at 50 days, I don't know why you would do that. But yeah, if you want to just skip through some time, then you sleep. I find the night raids are actually quite easy compared to day raids because the AI can't seem to spot you as well. Seems to struggle finding you at night. So don't be afraid to do the night raids. They're actually easier than the day. During the day, these guys spot you from across the map and dome you with a pistol. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I bet ya he's got a pistol. C1911, guaranteed. Nah, even worse. What'd he do? 50% damage. Very nice. World's best pistol shooters. I'd like to come here to try to do the Punisher, because there's only a very small amount that he can drive on. Right, there's only this road that runs along here, and then the road that literally loops around. That's it. They're the only two places he can go. So if he does come, all you got to do is run out into the middle there. And if you get to this intersection, sometimes he comes out of there. But he's a lot easier to stop on this one, I find. Well, run out in front of anyway. He hasn't stopped for me yet. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. He nearly run me over once. Had to jump out the way. Like, where does this oil filter live, man? Like, is it in a car? Is it in a tractor? Is it around the tractor? Is it in garbage bags? Does someone know? Has someone found one? Oh, you can hear one. There he is. Whoop. I hate how jittery the aiming is. Now, I've got a very good gaming mouse, so I'm not sure it's the mouse. There's two of them in one spot. You know, I've never actually used this with a Cobra. Let's give it a go. Whoop. Take it easy. Choking on his own blood. Now, I see a lot of people swapping out backpacks one for the other without actually reading what they do for you. So, let's go through it together. I'm going to show you guys. Pick somewhere safe, shall we? So, if you read what they actually give you, so have a look. Capacity plus 20 kilos insulation, right? Now look at the capacity of this one, plus 30 kilos. That's the only difference you're going to find. It doesn't actually do very much at the moment because you could fill this backpack up with this one with full of weapons and nothing will change. So I'm assuming that at some point in the future, you know, things are going to be affected by that. But I've seen people swap this one out for this one. I've seen people swap this one out for a Nomad one. You know, no idea why. The duffel bag actually provides you the same amount, the 30 kilos as well, I think. And I've seen people swap out the duffel for a Nomad backpack, you know, without actually reading the stats on it. Let's see how we use them. Gotta wipe his nuts. I don't actually collect that 7.62 ammo anymore. I don't use those weapons at all. If someone knows where I can find an oil filter or where they found one, let me know, and I'm gonna go there and just spend the last 7 days looking for that oil filter. Because I want to complete as many of these tasks as possible. I really do. Don't think there's one over there. So what we'll do... Can't see shit. That tree. Actually, you might adjust that. No, we can't adjust it. Alright. Sits where it sits. Right. This one you can adjust though, right? Wait. Maybe it's shift. Oh, there we go. I don't know why you'd have it there, but... Cool. That's better. Nope, no filter. Alright, let's move on. Need to find some hydration. Oh, yeah, why not? Got plenty of them. 4 p.m. Looks like we missed out on Punisher for today as well. No luck on Mr. Punisher today. Now, I always get jumped by some dude standing right there. It's happened that many times. I keep saying to myself, surely it won't happen again. And then it happens again. Yeah, nothing there. So when I restart this game, I'll go through in depth everything in the village through like a beginner level, what you look for, what you want to keep, what you don't want to keep, where these pricks spawn, where you want to be careful, where you can just run through without care in the world. I've been jumped by a guy in here multiple times, standing right there. One right there. But never in here for some reason. I've seen him standing there sometimes. Now with the AI, they're actually not very good shots from a distance. So don't be afraid to engage them at a long range, because they suck at shooting. Unless for some reason they have a pistol and then they're like the world's greatest marksman. But they generally miss a lot from a distance. It's when you get up close that their reaction time is beyond ridiculous. It's instantaneous. Like the moment you lock eyes, they've already started to unload. It's nuts. Inhuman. It is inhuman. Reaction time. Oh, there he is. Hello. I hate how this jumps. Look, it just jumps. See that? It's not smooth, and I don't know why. If anyone knows why, I got a Logitech G502X mouse, and it frustrates the life out of me that I can't seem to get smooth aim at distance. Now, I've seen a lot of rare loot spawn, like right here on the floor. You know, seriously, if anyone knows where this bloody oil filter spawns, please chuck it in the comments, let me know. I really want to find this thing. This is the one mission I have never been able to complete. Haven't managed to come across a cellar key yet either. Maybe it's in there. I don't know. Used to be a box here. Go on. Let's sell his rubbish back to him. Nothing. Okay.
Vai että kauppahommia.
What have you got, mate? Not much. Alright. Guess we'll take the food. Save me walking around for it.
Tervetuloa uudemman kerran. No, katsotaan mitä tuolta oikein löytyy.
Curious to know if anyone knows whether that's like a real language.
Näin se kauppa käy, kiitos.
It sounds almost like half Polish, half something else. Could be real Finnish, I don't know. The guy who made the game is Finnish, so interesting to know if it's a real language. The Russian soldiers speak real Russian. Right, well, we'll put this stuff in here, so we don't actually need it. Alright, What we'll do, actually, we will go make it tomorrow. See if we can get the Punisher here. One last try. If not, I'm going back to apartments. Spend the last 5 days there. Well, 4 AM ain't bad. I don't actually know if the AI gets aggro towards you if you use the light. Somebody knows, let me know. No footsteps, we're good. Sometimes they do just sit there, waiting around a corner for you. Which is sweet. So one good thing about Village, plenty of food everywhere. For an apocalyptic event, you'd never starve in this village. Interesting. Get one sitting around this corner sometimes, just chilling out right here. No. Crackers are worthless. Don't pick them up, ever. Even on day one. Absolute waste of time they are. Don't need any of that. There is a big difference between how I play at this, you know, time of the game. Like, this ammo here, you know, I just don't use it anymore. I don't need to trade for anything. There's nothing that I need. You know, I've got 250 rounds of this here, so I'm not going to waste my time, you know, unloading a mag and taking it when I don't use any of this. I don't need to trade for anything. But in the beginning, you'd take everything you can get, right, to trade it for stuff in the trader. So we do need one of them. Didn't bring one. So I genuinely just... Ooh, batteries we need. Genuinely just want to find an oil filter. That's kind of all I'm looking for. An oil filter and the Punisher. That is it. That is all I need. I have found everything else that I can find in this game for now. Like, there are the small things, you know, I haven't found a couple of the weapons. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. Look at the duffel bag. So it's the same. See, the capacity plus 20 kilos was the same plus 20 kilos as that patrol backpack. I'll keep this thing. We'll find a Nomad, and I'll show you what I mean. The Nomad backpack is worse than the duffel. Nothing. Okay. Got a bit of time before daylight, and I'm hoping at sometime on daylight the Punisher will turn up. because we've only got 6 days left. Here we go, Nomad. So what do you notice? Capacity, 15 kilos. Duffel bag, 20 kilos. Ladies and gentlemen, read the stats before you go swapping things out. I've seen people swap this out for this. Waste of time. This, a duffel, is what you want over that bag. It's a good find, but you know, what am I going to trade it for? I got 1 billion containers. I got all the ammo I'm ever going to need for the next 6 days. I got all the weapons I could possibly use. I got all the repair kits to repair all the weapons. Like there's... At this point in the game, all I'm trying to do is complete all the tasks before day 50. And of course not die. I don't, you know, that would be... That would be nice if I didn't die. I think the next series will do like a hardcore, you know, the one where you get reset whether you die in the village or anywhere. Because I find now that these areas here that you... What's up there? What's that? Things can spawn up here. So don't forget to look up there. Yeah, I find that the permadeath zone has the best excitement, honestly. It's just not as exciting in this area here anymore. So I think to make the game more challenging and exciting for me, we're gonna use the that hardcore mode where your save gets wiped no matter where you die. It is strange to think that I found the harmonica before I found an oil filter. Like, how rare is this thing? Mr. Developer, somebody, let me know. Why is the oil filter so hard to find? Like, seriously. Where is it? What does it look like? I'm assuming it looks like one of those things on the on these here, the radiators. See this thing here? Like if you could just pluck that off of there, that would be wicked. Because that's what it looks like in the picture. Yeah. Can you search that? I can't remember. Such a bad memory. Yeah. It's kind of the one good thing about this game, that you find ammo everywhere. Especially at like this late stage in the game. It's just everywhere. I'm never wondering if I'm going to have enough ammunition or whether I should spare ammo or take the shot or not, you know. I can literally just spray and pray because there's that much of it everywhere. Yeah, we're looking in here because sometimes he's standing right there waiting for you. Another one stands right here waiting for you. But not today. No oil filter. So I don't know how rare that gun is that the Punisher uses, but if I could find that, that would also be very handy. Because I need to complete that task with Generalist. That would be very nice. It's kind of one of the goals that I had for my run here, is to complete all those tasks. Actually, use this one, that'll give us 100%. So there is a loot pool that spawns here in front of the house. Each of the houses has one. They will just randomly spawn all the stuff. Actually, I'm not sure where my toolbox is, so I'll take that one. Every time I come to this car, I pray that there's an oil filter just sitting inside of it. Bandage, tomatoes. No oil filter though. You could like open the boot for these things. Look for an oil filter in the boot maybe. Yeah, maybe it's bugged out. Maybe it does spawn and it's just like in a spot that you can't reach or see. I don't know. But every single car that I've ever searched has never had an oil filter. Every single one. No bueno. Nothing. There's a garbage bag or something I want to search there. I searched these as well, but the only things that have ever spawned in there for me are books. Never had anything else spawn in there. To be honest, that's not surprising. It is a mailbox. I don't know why anything else would spawn in there. 9x19. That ammo is really hard to find. Nice. I don't know why. It's hard for me to find that ammo. It just is. We're going. That's daybreak. So now we are hoping that the Punisher spawns. Haven't seen any AIs yet. Kind of odd. Really odd. Where are they hiding? So there's a spawn for them in a couple of areas around here. One is up here. You can sort of wander around the back there. There's some tents and things you can loot back there. I'll show you the tents now. Have a quick look. See, there's an oil filter there. I want to hang around. I've seen one spawn here. There's a little road here. There's the tents. So the loot can spawn on the floor. Is that footsteps? No. The loot can spawn on the floor around the tents as well as in the tents. Nothing. Okay. Back we go. One does spawn down over there around your starting hut. I had one at the fence line there. The other location that I've seen him spawn around here is on the other side of this road here, just in this little area. And then further up there, there's another building. One of those old sheds or something with this thing. They can spawn around there too. Well, we found the first 1 of 10. So I'm not sure if it's true or not, but apparently they can only spawn 3 at a time for a maximum of 10. So if you kill 10 of them, the theory is there are no more on the map, and the map should be easy and free for you to do whatever you want on. Kill 10 of these guys. Saline. Can I loot that thing there? Don't forget these things here. I don't know what's supposed to spawn in them, or what can. I've barely found much in them, but a few clocks, battery cables, that's about it. Never seen anything else in there. There's another loot pool here around this house. Ooh, hello. Not this time though. But yeah, a lot of stuff can spawn at the front of the houses. Sounds like he's in the house. Isn't he? Okay. It'd be funny if he's in there. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. I really hate it when you get hit. That swaying. What the? I thought he was dead. Did he not make dead sounds? Or was that 2 of them? No, that... What? That swaying when you get shot is so hard to fire back from. Let's drink some juice. Smoke some ciggies. Without gain a whole 2. Yeah. Here we go. Ooh. What's this one? Electro Folk. What have we got in here? We got the Ost. So let's try some Electro Folk. Let's see what that sounds like. Only problem while playing the cassette is you can't actually hear any footsteps. So you want to play it all risky. That's kind of annoying. Lots of music playing. So there's another loot pool that spawns in the front of this house. Nope, not this time. But there'll be some place in every single like reset that you do, that'll just have loot sprawled across the floor. Man, I wish this sort of loot was was there when you first start, you know, make your journey a lot easier. But it tends to spawn in as you complete the tasks. The more tasks you complete, the more loot that seems to spawn in everything. You know, I get jumped by a dude in here all the time. I swear, if there's one in here this time, I'm throwing a grenade. No, not this time. Just contemplating eating it. But I don't need it. What was this? Radio hits. Where's that one? Alright, let's go with the radio hits. Vostok Tango. Oh, yeah. Oh. Perfect. So look at this one. Okay. Kind of like a country and western. With an amusement park attachment. Alright. Go to the next one. Yeah, not a fan. I'll give this one a chance. Yeah, I think we're done with that. I think my favorite is the Ost, definitely. Definitely has the kind of vibes you want playing this game. Just walk over it, mate. Just step over the bed. Yeah, let's eat that one. The one thing I don't like about the cat is how quickly his hunger goes down. Like, it is ridiculous. It's a cat man. Why do I need to make him survive for so long? Give me grandma so I can give him back to him. Couple more places I want to check out before we actually leave. Let's just stop that. And, whoa, 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 whoa. Calm down, calm down. What did I do? Where'd you shoot from? Oh, there you are. See, the branches tend to stop the bullets. The little leaves stop a big 7.62 round. I don't know if we got him or not, but we're going to find out. Looks like we got him. I don't see him. Unless he's hiding behind a branch. Nah, he's dead. There he is. That's what you get. Look at him. Sniper with a pistol. 9x19. Looks like I've been looking for the the 9x19 ammo and they're all the wrong places. I might give that pistol a go. Now that we got, wait a minute. What have I been... Oh, you were kidding me. Maybe it's not the ammo I'm looking for. No, 9x39 is what I want. That's the hard one to find. 9x39. That is the hard one, yep. So this is another loot pool right here. Spawns all in between here. All around. What have we got here? 2, 2, 3. So for anyone that doesn't actually know, 223 is 5.56. That's the NATO round. Just seen someone mention in another video asking why it didn't have 5.56 ammunition in the game. Well, it does. It's just represented in a different number, 0.223. Alright, what have you got today? Got anything good? Not really. Not really.
No niin, leukarintaa ja eteenpäin.
Well, we're gonna have to go back and feed that cat, and then we're going to apartments. I'm bored of this area. Is that a dude? Where was he? No. Maybe the oil filter's a terminal, I don't know. I haven't gone there enough. I think I've only done maybe 6 runs into terminal. Maybe we'll head there, try and find the oil filter there. So when you come to the school for the first time, the only spot you really need to worry about is in this building. There's a dude that spawns right in there. Doesn't look like he's there today. Oh, there we go. Oh, looks like I was just pushing the wrong button. Alright. Wicked. That's pretty cool. We'll use that for now. No oil filter. No oil filter. Okay. Dude that can spawn in here. Surprise the shit out of you while you walk in. Now when you run across the bridge, there are 2 spots they can spawn. One is right down here. So if you hear one there, just literally run on this side of the bridge. Or one right down there. Just along there. Either way, they're not too hard to avoid. Stick to the middle of the bridge and they won't get you. The other spot that you'll see them is down here. Doesn't look like there's one there today. And around the front of the building. Just walking around here. Yeah, there's no need to skirt around the long way to go through school. As you can see, they're not very good shots at long distance. Where is he? Yeah, he's somewhere over there. They tend to take a shot and then just run off. You can hear him. No oil filter. Oh well, anyway. We've got things to do. Places to be. No, I just can't find one. Oi, 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 what? You've got to be joking me. There he is. Look at him. Fucking sniper with a pistol, mate. Oh, please game, just give me an oil filter. So it's at 12:40. We'll hang around here waiting for the Punisher. Hopefully he shows up. Once it gets a bit later, we'll head through the minefield and go into apartments. Have a quick rummage around there before we head into terminal. Might actually take the car 21, the 308. Use that last few days, may as well. Where is it? Oh, actually, no, we'll use this thing, the legendary M78. Yeah, we'll use that. Yes, I managed to find 2 hammers. Yep, we will definitely use that. No point in holding on to all this stuff. I've got so much stuff, I don't know what to do with half of it. Do you know what? I'm going to use this level 5 armor. Managed to find one finally. We'll give that a go. Yes, cat, I brought you food. Ungrateful little. What do we want? We want this magazine. Put those away. Drop that. That in there. Yes, we have so much stuff, we don't know what to do with half of it. Don't need that. And I don't need half of this. I like to bring one of those as like an emergency kind of thing. I don't know why I put those in there. We'll take one of them. Yep, I know you're hungry already. I get it. Throw them down. Well, I believe that is enough stuff to get me through apartments. Sleep if we want to. Yeah, plenty of Santa jackets around. Wearing all legendary stuff. I actually traded those in at the start of this stream to finish that quest. We're 81. We're still good. I'm sure both of these are at 100%, right? Yeah. And then what is this? Pay 12. Yeah, I did enjoy using this. This was alright when you first get it. But nothing beats the power of the 308 round. 50 damage. It's the same as this round here. VSD uses that 7.62. 50 damage. Whereas these like the M4s and everything. Really should give this thing a go. The M4s and the other 223 rifles just don't do enough damage to the soldiers. You want to kill them in 2 rounds. You don't want to waste time with those guys. Might repair this actually. Plenty of the kits. May as well do it, eh? Where are we? So yeah, we have actually managed to find almost all of these. I haven't used the SSV. 62M I haven't used. Haven't used that. PM5 SD. That'd be nice to find. I think everything else we've found and used, except for that, because of the it seems to refuse to turn up. Yeah, the car 21223 it was just disappointing. Same as the 416. They just don't do enough damage. Alright, well, let's repair this thing. Last thing we want to happen is a jam. Should I feed you before I go? Yeah, why not? Not like there isn't enough food. Alright. Let's make a move. Alright, so hopefully the Punisher turns up. I really hope a BTR turns up as well. I want to throw some grenades at the BTR. See if it does anything. Yeah, I've fallen off of here, and you can break your leg falling off of there. Alright, Mr. Punisher Man. Pray that you turn up. We reload that, shouldn't we?
Täältä on rakkoa etsimässä.
Yep, I got you. Yeah, let's go. If anyone's curious, they do spawn at the front of here. And on the other side, they also spawn at the back. And yes, they will shoot you from that distance with a pistol. It's almost like it's backwards, you know, when they've got a rifle, they miss you almost every shot at this distance. With a pistol, they're like the world's greatest marksmen. Just don't get it. I am a veteran myself. I've fired many weapons in my life. And I can tell you right now, from here to that doll right here is a difficult pistol shot. They will dome you from across the map with one of those things. Come on, man. Why is it like that? Surely, the guy who made this game is an ex-army officer. He would know. He would know for sure there's no way someone's going to hit you from across the map with a pistol like that. Like, you know, come on, man. Minefield. I am hoping that they put some kind of point of interest in the middle for you to go to. Because at the moment, there is just no point in spending any time on this map at all. There's nothing here. There's a few loot spawns in some trenches left and right of this road right here. But it spawns the same things that you'll find in the village. So there's just no, like you see right in there, all of these wooden trench line. There's just no point. You're not going to find anything worthwhile. And if you try and go through the middle, you're going to spend more time looking out for the mines and blowing them up than you would just running around. Yeah, there's one right there. If they put something in the center of the map that's worth going for, some kind of point of interest that you can fight for, I would go there all the time. As it stands, it's quicker just to run around the edge of this map to get to the apartments. It's easier that way. Because there's also dudes that spawn across the other side there in some towers. They've got some M4s and they snipe you from across the map while you're trying to get through the middle. So while you're plodding your way through, blowing up one mine at a time, they're taking shots at you. And they're pretty accurate too. Yeah, it would be worth doing, you know, fighting through if there was something in the middle to go for. But there's just nothing there. It's just a whole bunch of this. Blown up tanks. And a road. But that's it. That's all there is on this map. Down where the towers are, there are a couple of military crates. And there's a few military crates at the top of the towers. There are the towers. There's a few military crates up there. Other than that, there's one. There's just nothing worth going for. I wonder if you can see me. Yeah, you can see me. Anyway. I find that if I don't blow the mines up, I don't see any of them. If I blow the mines up, They tend to spawn in the towers. In a few days' time, when we get to day 50 and we restart everything, I'll go through all of the events in depth, tasks, where you'll find everything, the quickest way to get things done. Oh, there's a mine, look at that. So you can get fairly close to them without them popping. You don't die. They take a fair chunk of health. I think they take about 40 HP. And they can cause a bleed or a bone break. But other than that, they're actually not that deadly. When you're coming through here, either that way or the other way around the map, sometimes they can spawn around here. But they tend not to look in this direction. Now, if you're keen on fighting them, they don't provide much loot. They'll give you some damaged M4s. It'll be the first time you see an M4. I don't know if it's worth fighting them for it. The AKs are better to use. Alright, apartments. The death zone. So there's a few things I like to do here. If you just want to do a quick, safe run through apartments, these two buildings, there's one here and there's one further on. They're the two safest buildings to do in this whole map. And you can find plenty of good stuff in them, right? So you can just come into this map, go do those two buildings and head back out. And the chance that you even see a soldier is quite low. Because most of them spawn in the center. There's like a group of buildings in the center there that they will tend to spawn around. Up this way, there is a small point of interest. I don't know, we'll call it a little vehicle yard or something. I don't know. It's just sitting up the top here. So that can spawn a special crate, and it has 10 military crates that you can loot as well. So it is worth going to if that's all you want to do as well. Just jump into the map, go do those 10 military crates, and you know, have that chance of the special crate spawning in there. No, it doesn't look like there's anyone in there. Good thing about that fence, eh? You never know where they spawn though. And again, being nighttime or dusk, they actually struggle to see you. So you have the advantage here when it's dark. Special crate I've seen spawn right there, so it doesn't look like it's here this time. These military crates are usually empty, but you know, sometimes you'll find the best stuff in them. I think that's where we found our NVGs actually, in one of those military crates. So it's either going to spawn nothing or some good stuff. What do we got here? Arcades. Yeah, honestly, the RK is a great rifle to get you through to the end game. Like, you can find it day one, and it'll see you through to the end until you find rifles like this or the 308, R21 308. So you can be as safe as you want through apartments or as risky as you want. It's really up to you. Again, I think it's that same spawn rate as all the other maps. There is a maximum of 3 of the dudes at one time for a maximum of 10 spawns. So if you kill 10 of them, I think that's it. The map's clear. And you can run freely to your heart's desire. Sometimes you'll see one in this building. Sometimes you'll see one in that building. But you'll hear them long before you see them. I haven't been surprised by one of those guys yet. To be honest, the bandits have been harder to deal with than the soldiers. Look at that, another hammer. It's a lucky find. So these special crates spawn a lot of stuff, right? But at this point in the game, all of this stuff is useless to me. I don't need any of it. I have so many of these that I don't need anymore. What I do need is an oil filter. I genuinely, really... I think I searched those already, didn't I? Really want an oil filter. That saline has no use other than that first quest that you do with it. It's not even worth a whole lot of money to sell to a trader. So once you finish the saline quest, and it becomes useless after that. They can spawn up on the roof here as well. But they're kind of like the bandits where the first shot they take at you, they miss. They're not very good at that first bit of it. However, up close, you're dead. Like if you don't see them first and they unload full auto on you, you're not surviving. I think I've got one video where I run into one by accident and he reduced me down to 1 HP while I'm wearing armor, everything, because of a mistake that I had made with the reload. I was very lucky because he didn't open up full auto on me. Oh yeah, may as well use that. So those special crates can spawn in there too. And you can get a lot of loot spawn on the floor. On the floor of these buildings I found repair kits, armor plates, everything. All the good stuff. You can also spawn on top of cupboards, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So I've seen it spawn on top of these cupboards. These big brown ones on top of there. So depending on how much of a loot goblin you want to be, will determine how much time you spend here. My time is determined by this cat. As you can see, we haven't spent a lot of time away from him and he's already down 20%. So I try to spend as little time in each room as possible. I may miss some things, but you know, I'll get a majority of the big stuff. Yeah, it's still worth some money. Yeah, as you can see, these special crates still spawn a lot of the same stuff that you find everywhere else as well, but occasionally you get something really nice. And they're the only places you're going to find the legendary weapons. Yeah, I can't wait to see the next iteration of this game, to see the other traders, because it says there's going to be some new traders, another new map, new storyline to follow. I'm really interested in the storyline because, you know, once you finish the tasks, there's not much else to do here, really, at the moment. So with the NVGs, the reason I traded them in for the task is because the Polaris actually lasts longer. I think in one of the videos we tested out the NVGs and the battery drain. I think it used about 10% in 1 minute. So we didn't really get a lot of use out of it. And you'd have to carry around a massive amount of batteries to use the NVGs for a full night raid. To be honest, it's ridiculous because, again, I am a veteran and I've used NVGs. Those batteries will last you a lot longer than a couple of minutes. Also gone for the old style of NVGs from the 80s. The green fuzz. Oh mate, this oil filter. Genuinely want to know, has someone completed that task with the oil filter? Has someone found it? Where is it? Let me know. I want to find an oil filter. Why is this thing so hard? Am I looking in the wrong places? Am I not searching enough? Like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I find one? Yeah. So, I mean, this is all the same stuff you'll find in the village. All of this stuff. Except for this mag, I think. But everything else you will find, you know, day one of the village. That's about the only thing that I use out of this pack. A little bit disappointing in these. But they're the only way you're going to find the good stuff. It's the only chance you got. There's a bunch of cars that I've searched here as well. Never had an oil filter in any of them. To be honest, the cars here have never had anything in them. Not even around them. I think the loot doesn't spawn. A second one in the same building. That's pretty rare. I'll take that. The only reason I'm taking these is because they're worth money to trade for things. This here at 30% is just not worth a lot of money. Another little legendary weapon. Yeah, these crates are the only way you're getting legendary weapons. Kind of wish they'd come with a magazine because it was really difficult to find these magazines. 2 of them was very, very hard to find. It took a lot of runs through apartments to get 2 of them. Pretty lucky finding 2 of those in one building. Sometimes you go through 2 buildings and find 1. Sorry, not 1 building, 1 whatever this thing is. Whatever you call that. To find 2 of them in 1 is pretty lucky. It's not a common thing to happen at all. Special crate can spawn literally right there as well. Seen stuff spawn behind this chair, top of there, in here. Yeah, it's just this oil filter. I'm hoping that the next time I run this game through from start to finish, Punisher stops for me. Because I want his hat. I really want to open the bunker. Oh yeah, we already went in there, didn't we? Really want to open the bunker. I hear it's quite large. Enough room to store all your stuff. Special crate can spawn right there. Right there. Or right here. So you can come to the apartments just to hunt for the special crates. Literally just run from room to room. Opening all the doors. Hoping you find one in every one of these little apartment complexes. Really hoping for an oil filter on this run. Just really hoping. Do you know, it'd be cool if a BTR comes. I want to throw some grenades at it, see what they do. See if it does anything, see if it shoots at you. I don't know. That hammer really is in the way, how? It's out. Every time I've come to these cars, empty. Nothing in them, nothing around them. I don't know. Am I looking in the wrong spot? It's under the car? Where am I supposed to look for this oil filter? As the dude said, it's stuff that's been stolen from his car. In the trunk of his car, right? For the life of me, every car I search, there's some fruit and vegetables in it. Or other random junk that I don't need. Special crate can spawn right there, by the way. Don't take what you don't need. You're just going to take up space in your inventory. You don't have a lot. Use that. Get that one mental health up. Look at that. worth a lot of money. They're just not worth the space they take. But you never know. Might not find anything else. Or you would. I still haven't figured out what this is for. Haven't been able to cook anything. You have to kind of make that hot plate contraption if you want to cook stuff. Yeah, I got one sitting in the tent on the floor. Might be for a future update. I don't know. Nice. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen one of these yet. M50. I wonder if you like need a special grenade to like blow up one of them BMPs, BTRs, whatever. The rest of it we don't really want. Definitely want to give that grenade a go before we finish the 50 days. Try it on a BTR. Oh, look in there. Don't know. Maybe the oil filter only spawns in a special crate. I don't know. Just have to pause for a second. No, we're good. Maybe they're spawning here? I don't know. See a little bit more now, finally. How hungry is his cat? 64%. Right. So nothing spawns on the roof. Not that I've seen anyway, and I've checked a lot of times. Never seen anything on the roof, except for the soldiers. Filter. Cellar key. Haven't had one of those before. We are definitely going to go do that. Because maybe, just maybe, there's an oil filter in the cellar. That's the first time I've had one of those keys. So you know what? We'll abandon our little apartment run. Go to the cellar. So after those two buildings, again, they're the two safest buildings to do in this entire run. If you finish them and you don't want to risk anything else, just go back from there. If you want to keep going, head down this way. Back here there are some military crates that I like to check. And then there are some military crates like right in the center there. And then sometimes I check the buses, hoping that there's an oil filter at the bus. I don't know why, but you never know. One might spawn. I don't hear any footsteps. I think we're good. All empty. Alright. So loot does spawn on the floor here. Yeah, a bit of stuff. But the good stuff is obviously in the military crates. If you're lucky enough for something to spawn in there. Not this time, I'm afraid. Alright, and then the next building that I'll do, normally after those two, is this one here. This is quite an easy building to get through. And then I'll head to that one. And that one. And I rarely get to this one because of the time that I have with this cat. A special crate can spawn here at the playground, right in there. And there's another playground on the other side as well. They can spawn in. They're fairly safe to go yet because you're surrounded by the playground, and at the moment the rounds don't penetrate very easily. So you got plenty of time to react to a soldier shooting. And again, there's only 3 of them here. And they're generally quite loud. You can hear them well in advance. I've been surprised only... Oh, there's one. You see, I don't know what it is at night time. They just don't see you that well. Another one over there. Same spot. Might actually just use this for some fun, eh? There he is. I don't normally have loot in them. But sometimes they do, and it's good. If you want the RK rifle or the 545 ammo, plenty of that with them. KA-12, sorry, RK. Anyway, let's go to the cellar. Let's see what's in the cellar. Yeah, these buses here. This is what I like to go through. See if there's any oil filters in there. Like, I don't know where else to look. Just don't know. I think I just checked most of the vehicles that are in the game. The tractors, the buses, the cars. I check them all. I mean, that makes sense. That's where an oil filter would be, surely, no? To me, that makes sense. Nothing. Again, empty. I don't know what I'm missing. Let's run over it, man. Again, we're going to avoid the minefield like the plague. There's nothing there worth fighting for or spending 3 years blowing up all those mines. Just run around it. I'm hoping in like a future update they put something really cool to go to in the middle. That'll be worthwhile spending the time. But until that happens, there's just nothing worthwhile doing at the minefield. Unless you like wasting ammo. Is it? Yep. So there's not many days left. 5 days till day 50. Curious to see what happens. So we'll feed the cat, run back to the village, go into the cellar, and find an oil filter finally. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. Honestly, if that's all we find in the cellar, I'll be happy. If you're interested to know, stamina, when it gets to 0, doesn't actually have any negative effect. So like right now I have 0 stamina, as you can tell. There's a little red running man there on the bottom left. But you still run at the same speed. The hydration doesn't decrease quicker. The energy doesn't decrease any quicker. Nothing changes. You can still jump just the same. There is absolutely no change. And then if for whatever reason you need to get into a firefight, the moment you stop, your stamina is recovered and you're already good to go. Like 100% good to go. So for the time being, until it gets changed or patched out or whatever, you just run everywhere. There's no need to recover any stamina at this point. There's your minefield tutorial. That's it. You're welcome to go through the center and blow up every single mine you come across and fight the dudes in the center, but they don't give you anything good. There's a few military crates in the middle and a couple of military crates at the top of the towers, but with the spawn rates being so low on the military crates, they're just not worth the time at the moment. Maybe in a future update, the military crates will spawn something nice in there. For the time being, it's just not worth it. Like, they're good to open if they're a part of your run. Kind of on the way, if you know what I mean. But to go out of your way... Actually, let's go to the gunsmith. See what he's got. They're not worth going out of your way for at the moment. What have you got? A few grenades. Nothing that I want, really. Got a ton of grenades back in the tent. You know what? Maybe we'll have a bit of a grenade fest at one point. Something. I don't know. What else do you want? There you go. You can have that.
No niin, siitä valmis harrastepaketti nuorelle miehelle.
Alright, let's go feed the cat. Open up the cellar. I'm excited. Haven't opened up the cellar yet. Been everywhere else. Been to the tunnels. There's bugger all in there. Seen the helicopter crashes, number of those, and there's bugger all in those. Opened up the gymnasium, I think, 4 times now. It's got a special crate in there, that was good. Other than that, the best place in the entire game so far to loot has been the apartments. Terminal, the only thing that I've found worthwhile in the terminal so far is a harmonica. And to be honest, I'm pretty sure you can find that anywhere because I found it in one of those wooden crates inside of a container. You can get jumped here, by the way. They just tend to hang out right there. Alright, you greedy cat. Brought your food. Alright, we'll crack this beer open when we get to the cellar. Little grenade collection here. We're definitely going to throw a whole bunch of these on the last day. Just try and kill a whole bunch of enemies with grenades, see what happens. See how easy it is to kill. Yeah, we'll have a beer and a smoke when we get to when we get to the cellar. Celebratory beer and cigarette. Yeah, we'll keep that. Alright. That's my 2 VSDs. They're actually my favourite rifles to use in the game at the moment. Stock up on some energy and hydration. Alright, let's go. For anyone who doesn't know, you don't actually need to sleep. You can if you want to speed things up. It's 3:35, so by the time we get to the village it'll be daytime anyway. Yeah, there's currently no negative effect to not sleeping at all. I'm sure that'll change in the future updates. You know, the longer you go without sleeping, the more bad stuff happens or something. Oil filter, come on. Seriously, where does this thing spawn? Like, where? I want an oil filter. Gimme. Come on, man. I'd also love to know if better helmets spawn. Like I can only find level 2 so far, but I found level 5 armor. So if anyone's seen higher level helmets, let me know. And where you found it. I'd like to go searching for it. Was that the doctor, or was that one of the... Oh, that's definitely a... Does it keep changing? Definitely one of these special forces snipers with a pistol. There he is. Love this rifle. 2 rounds. You can't do that with any of the other rifles. The 5.56, you take 4 to 5 rounds to put one of those bandits down. 308, 2 rounds. That's all you need. But the ammo is so hard to get. And the only place I've managed to find any is that gunsmith. The only place I can get some. But that's pretty rare. Every time I go there, He doesn't have any. Alright. One of these pricks loves to spawn in here. Surprises me every time. And every time I'm ready for him, there's no one there. And then there's a Special Forces pistol sniper. Always around here somewhere. Pops out of nowhere and takes half my armor. Come on, you prick. Where are you? Last time he was standing right there. Put 4 rounds into me before I got to shoot back. Did we bring the key? Yeah, bloody hell. That would have been shit if I forgot the key. Do you know what? If the Punisher spawns while we're here too, that'll be a big bonus. I'd love to finish that Punisher mission. Why does it keep doing that? Like, I want to keep it. You can break your leg falling off of these, by the way. Alright, there's the cellar. No bad guys around. Let's go inside. Celebratory beer. Woo! Have a smoke. Yeah. Celebration. Look at that. Alright, what's in here? First impressions, it's quite empty. We've got a special crate. Okay. Not gonna lie, that's kind of disappointing, to be honest, because this is the same stuff you get at the apartments. Got an IFAK though. Easy find everywhere. Level 1. Got a bunch of them. This is a really hard item to find. This took me a long time to find to complete that quest. Because you can buy the 200 from the gunsmith. And then this you can only find in the special crates. So I'm not going to lie, this wasn't what I was hoping would happen. But it happened. And we are still searching for an oil filter. Like... do you make one with an empty can or something? Like, what is the go? Where do I get one? No. No. Alright. I'll give the cat some tuna from our trip. Hopefully the Punisher turns up. We'll kind of plot around here, looking for an oil filter. Hoping that the Punisher turns up. What have we got here? Oh, we can make coffee finally. Something else that's good. A mattress, blanket, whatever that is. Stuff on the floor there. Painkillers, cold medicine. What's that? Pedal. That's nothing. No oil filter. It's a bandage though. Oh, for the life of me, this oil filter is going to be the one thing that I don't find in this entire game. I guarantee it. I will not find one. Let's turn this radio on. Day 50. Where should we be on day 50? I don't know.
Eiköhän se saatana se on tää.
That's creepy.
Mahtavaa tanssia ja juhlaa radioaaltoja äärellä. Kohta soitamme kuulijoiden toivekappaleita.
Yeah. Alright.
Ja sitten tavaraa pöydälle.
You got nothing. Sofa. Trade me a knife? No. No. Still haven't got the Punisher. Still haven't got an oil filter. Need the Punisher to finish this. Need an oil filter to finish this.
Tervetuloa
Managed to find
uudemman
that
kerran.
without the oil filter. Like, how is that possible? How do I find that before I find the quest item to get that? Someone explain that logic to me. You didn't know there's a loot pool right over here. A lot of good stuff can spawn on the floor right here. I managed to finish a few quests with the items I found here. Right in between there. I'm also curious to know, for those of you who have tried fishing, because, to be honest, it wasted a lot of my time. You catch the fish, they're not really worth that much, unless you cook them with a potato. It was worth more money going to the apartments and finding stuff there and just coming back. So, like, there's nothing stopping you from day one running to the apartments, finding a whole bunch of stuff in there and coming back. Nothing stopping you from doing that. You don't, as you saw, you don't have to fight anyone if you don't want to. Yeah, so if you didn't know, when you come out of there, a dude can spawn right here, and a dude can spawn right here. I found that out the hard way. Now, a dude can be walking around this area as well. Oh, no one there. I'm curious to know, if you don't come out of this building, does stuff spawn on the floor here? You get anything here? Ever? Anyone found anything on the floor here before? Let me know. Yeah, to be honest, these bandits are more dangerous than those soldiers at apartments, because sometimes they don't say anything. Soldiers are always loud. You always know where they are. I hope they bring in a mechanic where you can rip up clothing to create rags and bandages. That would have been really handy at the beginning of the game. Because at the start, you can't find a lot of meds, and you're relying on rags for tourniquets. And there's just not that many around. I'm using some frames here from something. Nothing and no one. No, we're good. Choco. I've been surprised by a dude in here many times. Literally standing right there. And the second you walk through that door, domes you. Boom. Bleeding. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Ei kannata
Ooh.
jää tulee
Where are you?
makaamaan.
Oh, hello. Fucking loud, hey. No. Nope. Stuff can spawn up there, by the way, so don't overlook up there. Yeah, nope. I think we've got enough cat food for the next 5 days. Toilet paper. Wicked. Jeans. Nope. Yep, one's been in there before as well. And here. These are always empty. The entire game that I have opened them up, there's been nothing in them. I haven't found a single thing inside those fireplaces. Not one. If you're lucky, the Punisher can spawn right there, come out here. As he's happened for me, just didn't stop. And he run me over to jump out the way. Maybe it wasn't the Punisher event, I don't know. It was a van driving through with pumping music. I heard talking. Anyway, if you didn't know, there's tents up there that you can loot as well. Or are they up here? Up here somewhere. Somewhere just behind these houses. Some along there. There's a few tents you can go and loot. What was that? Is that? What is that? Ah, saline. Got excited for a second there. I thought it might have been an oil filter. I think I'm just destined to not find one. Honestly. If anyone's curious, that bag spawns everywhere later in the game. So you don't need to hoard them. I've seen some dude collecting about 50 of these things for some reason. They spawn everywhere. So if you do happen to die and respawn, you'll probably find one in the next run. Probably find 3. Yeah, you don't need to hoard stuff like that. You can if you want to. I mean, that might be your thing. I don't know. A little loot goblin can pick up everything. I don't know. I tend to hoard the good stuff. You know, grenades, ammo, weapons. MP5 down there. I'm gonna have to pause here, fellas. We have to cut it short, guys. We'll come back a bit later.